Welcome back to Mr. English Global-Citizen, the place that helps you become global citizens, confident in communicating with people around the world.
Are you ready for more city English today?
Yes, I think shopping English is super important.
I like learning phrasers for buying things.
Me too, because we shop almost every day.
I think the first useful phrase is how much is this?
Yes, and another one is this on sale?
Sometimes I ask, do you have this in a larger size?
I ask, is there a smaller one?
When I shop for clothes, I say, can I try this on?
I say, where is the fitting room?
I often ask, do you have this in another color?
I say, I prefer something darker.
When I see something nice, I say, this looks good.
I reply, yes, the style is perfect.
Sometimes I say, this is too expensive.
I say, let's check another store.
I often ask, do you take credit cards?
I say, can I pay by cash?
When unsure, I say, let me think about it.
I say, I'll decide in a moment.
At the cashier, I say, I would like to buy this.
I say, can you put it in a bag, please?
Sometimes I ask, do you offer gift wrapping?
I say, it's for a friend.
When shopping groceries, I say, where is the vegetable section?
I ask, do you have fresh tomatoes today?
At the fruit stand, I say, these look sweet.
I reply, let's buy a few.
When confused, I say, where is the milk?
I answer, check the refrigerated aisle.
In the bakery, I say, is this bread fresh?
I reply, it smells amazing.
Sometimes I say, I need a shopping cart.
I say, there's one near the entrance.
I often ask, where can I weigh this fruit?
I say, the scale is over there.
When buying snacks, I say, should we get this?
I reply, yes, it looks delicious.
At the pharmacy, I ask, do you have cold medicine?
I say, I need something mild.
Sometimes I say, is there a cheaper brand?
I answer, yes, this one is affordable.
At the checkout, I say, I'd like to use my points.
I say, here is my membership card.
When the line is long, I say, this queue is slow.
I reply, let's wait patiently.
I often say, can you check the price?
I say, I think the tag is missing.
At a street market, I say, can you give me a discount?
I reply, maybe if we buy more.
Sometimes I ask, is this handmade?
I say, it looks unique.
When buying gifts, I say, do you have something special?
I reply, let's look at the display.
I often ask, can I return this?
I say, is there a return policy?
At the bookstore, I say, where is the new arrival section?
I ask, do you have this book in stock?
Sometimes I say, this cover looks nice.
I reply, let's check the first pages.
In a tech store, I ask, does this have warranty?
I say, can I try the display model?
When choosing a phone, I say, this one feels light.
I reply, yes, and the camera is good.
I often ask, do you have this model in black?
I say that color is more stylish.
When shopping for gifts, I say, I want something small.
I reply, how about this keychain?
I ask, where is the checkout counter?
I answer, it's near the exit.
Sometimes I ask, do you sell gift cards?
I say, that's a good option.
I often say, I think we bought enough.
I reply, yes, let's head to the counter.
When tired, I say, let's take a short break.
I say, let's sit over there.
I often say, I like this shop.
I answer, their items are good quality.
Sometimes I ask, should we buy snacks?
I say, yes, I'm a little hungry.
When buying drinks, I say, do you have cold water?
I reply, let's check the fridge.
At a cafe, I say, Can I have an iced tea?
I say, make it less sweet. Please.
I often say, let's share this dessert.
I reply, good idea. It looks big.
I ask, do you want anything else?
I say, no, that's enough.
I often say, let's check out now.
I reply, yes, we're done here.
Thanks for practicing with me today.
If you enjoyed this lesson, please subscribe to Mr. English Global Citizen for more daily English.